Back in Australia, if you told me that I had to get naked in a spa with all my friends, I'd be pretty reluctant. It's not that I've got anything against them personally, it's just, when I met them, they were wearing clothes and I prefer it stayed that way. But in Japan, as always, it's a completely different story. It's basically nudie central around here. When I first came to Tokyo, I was in a bar talking to this guy, and we'd only been speaking for maybe 5 minutes, and he invited me on a 2-day naked getaway with all his friends to a Japanese onsen in the mountains. Now, I thought it's a little bit early to be naked with this guy, so I politely declined. Big mistake. That was my first chance to make a Japanese friend, and I screwed it up. He never spoke to me again, and I think it's because he was angry that he wasn't able to see me naked. But why was he so angry? Well, it's all to do with this concept in Japan called hadaka no tsukiai, which roughly translates to naked relations or naked communion. And basically it's all about making friends while you're naked. If you're planning on coming to Japan, people are going to expect to see you naked. And if you try to resist, well, you're just prolonging your inevitable nakedness and all the shame that comes with it due to growing up as a Roman Catholic and being told from a young age that being naked is a sin, and uncovering anybody else's nakedness is going to lead to you burning in hell for all eternity. But as I said, in Japan, they love the whole naked thing, and they're going to expect you to have the same attitude. So now that you realise there's no escape, here's a Subarashi guide to onsen survival, based on the fact that I've been once, and therefore that makes me a friggin' expert. Firstly, acknowledge the situation. Japanese people are probably going to tell you that using an onsen is fine, and that nobody wants to look at your genitals. Now this is actually a lie. They definitely do want to look at your genitals, because they want to discuss them with their friends and laugh at you behind your back. So sometimes it's best when you're going into the onsen to just nicely tell everyone, even if they're all strangers, just tell them, excuse me everyone, now I'd appreciate it if you didn't look at my genitals, and I know there's a weird mark there, get over it. Secondly, wear a small tattoo. Now, technically you're not allowed to wear tattoos into onsen because they symbolise the Yakuza. So basically you could be an old Danish woman or a little blonde-headed girl with little curls, and they're still going to look at you as if you're part of the Yakuza, and they're going to fear you. But actually that fear is very good for you if you're trying to fight embarrassment. It will give you a sense of power over everybody else in the onsen, and you won't have to feel bad about yourself anymore. Focus on the elderly people. You see, their bodies are disgusting and decaying, and that's going to make you feel better about your own body. Now, you don't have to say these things out loud, because that would be quite cruel and it would hurt their feelings. But there's nothing wrong with just thinking these thoughts. Just look at them and just think to yourself, oh my god, that's disgusting. I'm going to be sick. I would rather die before I look like that. Put him out of his misery. And it's going to make you feel better about yourself, and you're going to have a better all-round onsen experience. Don't be shy. If you're confident in your body, even if you're that old man who I was just insulting, if you're confident in your disgusting body, people will also appreciate your disgusting body more. And finally, if all else fails, just get a little bit wasted. Whether you're trying to get into bed with someone or you're just some dickhead in the pub who decides to take off his clothes and dance on a table, alcohol has always been a really great way to get the clothes off and make yourself feel more relaxed. This was actually a technique used by the American military in the post-war period when they first discovered onsens in Japan. And apart from creating a new rule where you had to have single-sex onsens from now on, no more unisex onsens, it caused no problems. So there you go, there's 5 tips for onsen survival, and hopefully now you'll be a bit more comfortable using onsens in Japan, and maybe you'll even be more comfortable exposing yourself in your home country. Anyway, I'm feeling a little bit tense, so I'm going to go and use an onsen. So until next time, I've been Peter Subarashi, and see ya!